Hello and welcome to a new vlog. Welcome if you're new here. Hi, I'm Andrea. Welcome back if you're one of my lovely returning friends. It's great to have you all here. Welcome to Saturday. Welcome to a not very, but it's a bit of a cloudy Saturday. We had a lot of rain yesterday, which, if you're new here, the reason why I mention it and the reason why it excites me is because I live in Arizona, southern Arizona, the Phoenix Valley. We don't get rain very often. So when we do, it's a magical experience. So there's still a lot of clouds hanging over from the rain yesterday. And yeah, as many of you can as regular viewers can probably tell, I'm dressed for a hike. We're gonna go hiking. This is the first time I've taken you hiking with me in a while. I have been hiking. I've managed to hike at least a couple times a month, every month this year. Like throughout the whole summer, I did do a couple hikes. They've not been the most fun hikes. I did lose my hiking legs just a little bit, but I think we are now at the beginning of proper hiking season. It is currently 67 degrees. Don't even know what that is in Celsius because it is so rarely that cool that it's not a conversion I have memorized. And it feels like 65. So according to my watch, it's definitely humid. It's still really humid. I think we're at I can check that. What level of humidity are we at now? 81% humidity. So it is quite humid out, but at this temperature, it still feels pretty nice. Long story short, it's getting nice. I'm very excited. Today is just going to be a really casual, chatty, cozy Saturday at home vlog. I'm going to take you hiking with me. We're going to go home. I want to do some reading and relaxing and just chill out. Probably a bit of a life update in here, just catching you up on some things because the last few vlogs have been pretty solidly writing focused. So let's chat about other stuff that's going on. It's going to be totally FaceTiming with a friend type vibes, just seeing what I feel like chatting about and sharing my day with you, starting with a really nice, partly cloudy, partly blue sky, hopefully not very sunny. I think the clouds are covering the sun for the moment, and I hope they continue to cover the park throughout the hike because that will make it feel nicer. So yeah, this is I'm loving it, but we do have a lot of breaks in the clouds. So I'm hoping the clouds will make for a very visually interesting sky throughout this hike. So yeah, I don't know how far I'm going to be able to get. I don't know how long this hike is going to be able to be because of all the rain yesterday. I don't know how muddy the trail is going to be. So it's going to be an adventure, and I'm going to take you with me. Casualty from last night's storm. That's sad. Wasn't even thinking about that, but now I'm worried about how many more of those I'm gonna see on this hike. Oh, it breaks my heart when the saguaro collapses like that. Well, this is the first area I was concerned about flooding and a puddle I couldn't cross. And definitely damp, a bit muddy in places. Probably was a lot of water coming through here yesterday. But today, we're through it. So, yay. And it feels amazing out here. Definitely muddy here. And don't do that when it's muddy. Don't walk in the mud. These footprints damage the trail. Go around the edge. It's not hard. It is. when there's a breeze. Oh my gosh. Bit more mud and a puddle. So we're gonna go along the edge. This is the second big wash that I cross. Definitely muddy, so we're gonna be careful, but no standing water. Little bit of sun trying to peek through. It would be up over the mountain, but I am going to make the most of these clouds. 0.47 miles in. Do we go this way or this way? This is what I need to decide. I think we're gonna go this way. Going the other direction would have let me keep an eye on those clouds a little bit better. But going this direction will be a little bit more challenging. And while I don't want to overdo it, I have just been craving a good hike just to get out and really stretch my legs, stretch my lungs. My back is actually doing okay. It's been locking up the last few hikes I went on last weekend. But I had physical therapy yesterday, and I think it's helping. So I don't want to push myself too hard and then not be able to hike tomorrow or Monday. But I really want to hike today. So I want to do at least 1.5 miles, preferably 2 miles if I'm feeling good. So we will see how far I can get, because at about 0.6 miles down this trail, it goes from this to this. I'll see if I can do the last like 0.4 miles at more of an incline. I might only make it part of that. So we'll see. But there's still a breeze. Hope it's not interfering with the mic. Feels amazing. I feel good. Cloud cover is hanging in there. It's really quiet. Look at that. Hiking under these conditions are very different than hiking in the summer. And I have missed this. On a mixed cloudy sunny day like this, when you can see the shadows and light playing over the mountains in the distance. I'm at 0.95 miles. Just over this bit will be 1 mile. It's been ages since I've made it this far, because it's just been too hot and I don't have enough time to get out here at a decent, sustainable pace. I think I did it back in June or early July when we had a random cool couple of days. So close. 1 mile. And I feel rain. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but it's definitely spitting on me. But I've got that view back there, which I love getting back here to be able to see Tom's thumb a little bit closer. I do admit it's a little bit prettier when there's some sun, so that you can see the contours more. But it is much more comfortable for me in the shade. I've been cutting it out, but I have been passing a lot of people today. So everyone wanted to get up and out early on this Saturday to enjoy it. I will admit, I'm tempted to keep going in that direction. I have turned around because with the raindrops I'm feeling, I can't really see what is beyond that. What is beyond that is what is coming towards me. Looking out across the valley towards Camelback, it looks like it's more clouds because I think there might be some sun. I think that's like Piestewa Peak or like the mountains around Piestewa. But Camelback is pretty firmly in the shade. So I don't know what exactly the cloud situation is on the other side. So I want to start getting back down just in case it's either rain, which I don't want to get stuck in, or sun. I don't want to get stuck in that either. I really want to get back down to the car before the sun properly comes out to play. So that's Camelback, very shaded right now, and definitely looks like it's getting rain on the other side over by the Estrellas, I think those are. If we pan over here, that's over by Piestewa Peak, I think. I don't know which one, but there is some sun over there. And there's quite a bit more sun over there, closer towards where Mom and Dad live. But it's definitely a little bit dark over here. A little bit of blue sky peeking through, but I don't know about what it's like where I can't see. We're not supposed to get more rain today. Yesterday it was showing maybe a teeny tiny chance later this afternoon, and then by the time I went to bed last night, that was gone. Then again, I could look at the weather app now, and who knows, maybe it's telling me rain in the next 20 minutes, because that does happen sometimes. It just seems to come out of nowhere. I see sunlight. There is sun near the visitor center. And we have clouds that are breaking up. Can I get back to my car with minimal sun exposure? Back in the shade. Yes. That was an amazing hike. Definitely the best I have had since the spring. And I did manage to have some decent hikes throughout the summer. But this is what I have been counting down the months towards. It just feels so good to be out here. And like, this is what I have needed, especially this week. It's just, I talked about this a little bit in the last vlog, but I might have edited it out. But it was a very long, slightly stressful week. I wasn't feeling good during the beginning of it. I canceled class on Tuesday, and then on Friday, yesterday, I got some not good news. And like, it's fine, and it will be fine, and it's really not a surprise. It's just still not what I wanted to hear, but I can't change it. So going back to kind of my whole mantra for this year of like releasing stuff, this is something I have to just release. I can't stress about it. I can't be anxious about it, because that's not going to change anything. It's just going to make the whole situation worse. So I really needed today to just be able to let that go and not think about it. And I didn't really think about it the entire hike, so that's great. I was just focused on what a beautiful morning it is and how great it was to be out there. And it's 8 o'clock basically. I can't believe I'm out here this late. If it wasn't so cloudy, the sun would be up pretty high by now. It would be very sunny and getting warm by now, but it's still cloudy. So I didn't have to worry about that. So I've been able to have just a really nice, long, leisurely hike. I've been out here for an hour. I did manage 2 full miles, so that's very exciting, and some good incline, so that's great. I was definitely feeling it in my legs, so we'll see how I feel tomorrow. I do want to go hiking tomorrow, but yeah, I needed to just come out here and like just walk, like hike, properly hike, get some of this like stressed energy out of me and relax. And I feel like I've accomplished that. But it is time to get home. And I think it looks like there's some rain over the park right now. So I might have timed that just perfectly. I don't think it's going to stay cloudy all day. I don't think I'm going to be that lucky to have 2 blissfully cloudy days in a row. I think that's just stretching it. But I definitely want to get home and get showered and get cozy and settle on the couch and just get a coffee and do some reading and just relax while it still feels very moody and atmospheric and autumnal outside. I need that. I need just like, I'm smiling so much and like my face is starting to hurt. I'm smiling so much. I need to stretch out. I'm not used to smiling. That sounds so terrible, but I'm not used to smiling this much. It just feels like it's been a really rough fall semester so far. It's just been really exhausting and really long, and I'm tired and just feel like this is what I have been needing. Like, as tired as I am, I need these hikes so badly. They make such a difference to my mood. So I feel like the first half of this vlog is really just going to be this hike. I have no idea what all of this footage has added up to, but honestly, like, I cannot wait until I can sit down and edit this vlog, because I want to relive this hike. And this is what I love about vlogging. It lets me relive the good moments. I'm glad I could take you with me. I'm glad you could hang out with me on this hike. Let's get home and get on to the cozy, relaxing, reading, lounging on the couch portion of this day. I feel like my hair is still a little bit frizzy and poofy. I just blow dried it today. I didn't use the flat iron. I wanted to limit how much heat, but yeah. Anyway, I'm home and I'm cozy and I'm cleaned up and it's raining. I think it stopped again. It's still very wet on the sidewalks and there's still lots of clouds above and there's raindrops on my window. So I don't think it's raining at this moment, but it has been raining very recently. And I think it's gonna clear up by this afternoon. It's now 10:48, so I have been relaxing a little bit at home since getting back from the park. But yeah, it's It's just like I've got a lot of light in the apartment because I do have all the curtains open, but it doesn't feel blinding because it's still so cloudy outside. I love this. I love this. I'm so happy right now. I'm just so happy. Like, honestly, I feel like, I know it's gonna get sunny again and it's gonna warm up again. It's gonna go back up to like the low to mid 90s. It's not gonna stay this nice. Like, it's still only 74 outside. I cannot wait until this is the hottest it's going to get. And that is coming in like 6 weeks, probably. That's more like mid-November, not the beginning of October. Today, I've definitely noticed, like, this is the first day, yesterday as well, but today being able to go for this long hike, like, it's felt cool, it felt nice being outside. Yesterday when I went out to run my errands, it was still pretty warm and pretty humid in the morning. It got really nice by the evening after the storms had come through. So yesterday was great. Yesterday was the beginning, but today's the first day that I feel like I can breathe now. Summer is finally ending. It's not gone yet, but today's the first day that it's really felt like, okay, there really is an end to this. The end is coming and the good weather is gradually returning and I can breathe again and I can go outside and not feel like I'm going to spontaneously combust. So the fact that that part of summer is finally ending makes me very happy. It makes me very, very, very happy. So I can feel the seasonal depression already starting to lift. I get seasonal affective disorder really, really badly in the summer. I've talked about this before. Some of you have validated me and also live in really hot climates and get it in the summer as well. So I know I'm not the only one, but it is really difficult seeing people online living their best lives in the summer and I am living like a hermit in a cave with all my curtains closed and trying to romanticize it by putting fairy lights up everywhere. So the fact that I can have my curtains open and get lots of natural light and go out for a hike, like, just how light and happy I feel today. Again, I keep coming back. The only way I can describe it is I feel like I can breathe, finally. This is the second time I'm doing this clip because I was talking and then I felt like I was sharing too much and I don't want to be vague about things. I hate having to be vague, but I also don't like hiding stuff, but there's certain things that I'm just either not comfortable talking about at the time or I'm just not comfortable talking about it online, and so I am going to be vague. I want to be clear that I am feeling better. It's not just the weather. I've been doing better for about a month. It could change. There are things that I have been trying. I have a new doctor again. I'm not going to get into that, but I do really like this doctor and she's made some recommendations and they are working. We will see if they continue to work. So I am enjoying being in a really good place right now, mentally and emotionally. We'll see how long it lasts. I hope it lasts. I just wanted to address it briefly just so that as you see that I am doing better mentally and emotionally, like I can say it's been a month since I've had a panic attack, and it's been years since I've gone that long without having a panic attack. So I am, in a number of different ways, by a number of different like metrics, I am in a much better place right now. Even with a lot of stressful stuff still happening in my life, I am coping with things in a much better way. There are a number of things that are going into that, and it is not just things like the weather getting better or doing yoga or meditation or something like that. So if you are struggling, find a doctor you can trust. And I know that's much harder to do. It's easy to say, hard to do. I feel like I got lucky that I now have another new primary care doctor who really listened to me, like who asked a million questions, listened to my answers, and gave me recommendations that felt incredibly personal and tailored specifically to me, and not just that she went down a flowchart and came to this conclusion. Good doctors make a world of difference. They really do. I am cautiously optimistic, but I think there's part of me that's still prepared for some sort of backslide and for something to not work and for me to not feel good again. When you have multiple conditions, in terms of anxiety, depression, ADHD, fibromyalgia, IBS, tachycardia, a type of tachycardia, it creates a very difficult situation of how can we address one thing without making something else worse. And yeah, I feel like I'm, at least for this past month, I've been in a really good spot where everything feels balanced. As balanced as possible, where I feel like everything is steady. I've had some people comment on some of the vlogs that like I'm looking lighter, I'm looking happier, and part of that's the weather, and part of that's being past the book launch and the new working on writing again, and you know, that's all very exciting and very positive, and my workload has kind of leveled out. I'm getting back to a point where I'm not doing a ton of extra stuff on top of the normal things that I do, and so that definitely helps. The weather cooling down definitely helps. Being able to go for a beautiful hike today definitely helped. So those things are helping, but there have been some other things behind the scenes, some other little like changes and tweaks that have been made that have made a huge difference. So I never want to make it look like suddenly everything is sunshine and roses and all I did to do that was started drinking more water or meditating for 30 minutes. And as I am saying all of this, the sun is coming out. Go away. Go away. Like seriously, the sun can't just take a break for a couple days. We got too lucky yesterday. Yesterday, like the sun was out. And this is the thing that people don't understand about Phoenix. The sun shines literally, like almost literally 365 days of the year. We have maybe 1 or 2 days out of that where it is cloudy, sun up to sundown. But most of the time, if it is cloudy in the morning, it's sunny by the afternoon. And if it's sunny in the morning, then the clouds come in the afternoon. Like, we rarely have a day where it is just completely cloudy for the entire day and we never see the sun. So I wish it would just take a break. Give me more clouds. Anyway, it is putting me in a really good mood, which is helping. So yeah, it's many things that are making me feel better, not just one thing. But for those who have noticed, yes, I am doing a lot better and I am very grateful. I have definitely learned that just because I'm feeling really good right now or this week or this month, it doesn't mean I'll still be feeling this good next month. So I am very much enjoying it while it lasts and taking deep breaths while I feel physically and mentally like I can take a deep breath and like while I feel like this weight has been lifted. Because, you know, sometimes the weight comes back. You know, you feel that weight on your shoulders, you feel pressed down by the stresses of life. That comes and goes. So I'm enjoying this moment of lightness and hoping it lasts as possible. Although it's a metaphorical lightness I am enjoying, not the physical lightness of the brightness of the sun. Please go away. I need to look out the other window to see if it's like just a patch of blue sky or if like it really is clearing up. I think we have enjoyed a very lovely morning and it's now going to get back to being a very sunny afternoon. So I'm going to get some coffee and get myself some food, and then I have been rereading A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, so I'm gonna get cozy on the couch and enjoy a nice afternoon of reading one of my favorite books. right, I have been reading, and it made me think, oh, I should grab another book, that we should do a reading update, because I've read a few books since the last time we have chatted about books. So yeah, let's do that. Only a couple can I hold up, but I've got the rest on my phone. 4 books to talk about. So a little while ago, 4 or 5 vlogs ago, I had a reading update. And I've also given a brief reading update on my newsletter, and I don't know if I've done one on Patreon. I think I just did it in the newsletter. But so sign up to my newsletter, because I do talk about what I'm reading in there. That's free to join. Where we ended in the last video was I mentioned rereading The Scarlet Pimpernel. So after my reread of The Scarlet Pimpernel, after reading The Scarlet Pimpernel and Catabasis, I needed something lighter. I needed something light and fun and cozy and just a nice lighthearted rom-com romance type book. So I read Shoot Your Shot by Jordan Strope. Jordan is a subscriber here on this channel, and she's part of my Patreon community. So I knew that she'd been writing a book. I bought it. I didn't tell her that I'd bought it. I was just gonna read it and see what I thought, and I loved it. I really, really did. So I'm not just, I'm saying that to say that I'm not just saying it and giving her a mention because she's part of this community and is kind of like a friend online and a fellow indie author. I'm saying this because I genuinely really enjoyed the book. I thought the premise was really cute. It's about a photographer who sets up a kind of blind date photo shoot, and then has to fill in for the girl who was supposed to show up, and then the photos do really well, and it leads to this whole fake dating situation with the guy who was part of this blind date photo shoot. And I just thought the premise was really cute. I love a good fake dating plot. I thought both of the characters were really well developed and engaging. I really liked the 2 main characters. There's a lot of like coffee shop vibes, and the book set in Boston, I believe. So yeah, if you're looking for a really fun, lighthearted romance for this time of year, especially if you're looking for like the coffee shop vibes, it was exactly what I needed after reading. I mean, looking back at my list, it had been a lot of heavy books. And Jordan's book just hit the spot perfectly and ended up being really cute and really adorable, and I really, really liked it. The next book that I read was A Library Borrow. So I had seen this on Pinterest. I have TBR lists in a million different places, and Pinterest is one of them. So when I'm scrolling Pinterest, every now and then I'll see a book that sounds interesting, and so I add it to a board of books to look up one day. And so the cover that I saw on Pinterest was really eye-catching. The cover of the version I had on my library was different. Probably wouldn't have paid much attention to that cover. So it's interesting how different covers hit in different ways. But it's The Birdcage Library by Freya Berry. This book was a little slow in the beginning. I think that was maybe partly because I still wasn't quite ready to dive into another historical fiction. I probably needed another rom-com. But the premise of The Birdcage Library was really, really interesting. And the main character felt very unique. It's set in the 1930s, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. She's a botanist, I think. So she's traveled the world and gone into the jungles to find these things. And anyway, she gets this very lucrative job offer to come and catalog the contents of this castle in Scotland. And that leads to this whole mystery. And then there's a past timeline, a second POV in the past that is kind of set against the Gilded Age, New York City, which I just finished watching season 2 and 3 of the Gilded Age. So I was still very much in that mindset. So as the story unfolded and as I started getting that second POV from the 1880s, and then it started going back and forth, it drew me in. So I think It might have just been me, or it could have been the book. So if you have the experience as well, if you read it and it feels like the first few chapters just feel a tiny bit slow, bear with it, because it got really, really good throughout the book, and I really enjoyed it. Then I finally finished Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. I had read a couple things in between because I just knew that after reading the first half in one sitting, I wanted to be able to read the second half in one sitting, and so it just took me a couple weeks before I could finally do that. This book is a ride. Like, it's a journey. It's 3 POVs, 3 different historical timelines. If you're looking for a good kind of slightly spooky, slightly creepy fantasy, I don't want to say more than what is said on the book, because I feel like saying anything more than what is printed on the book is a spoiler. So I don't want to give any spoilers, but yeah, I really like this book. But as a woman, in the world we live in today, the female rage element of this story, just, I needed it. It felt very cathartic in some ways. Great book, I think, to pick up right now. Like, October is, like, I think, perfect time of year to read this. So, would recommend. If you like V.E. Schwab, I think you'll like this. I do think I liked this a little bit more than the Shades of Magic trilogy, and I still loved Shades of Magic. I really, really did. But I think I like this a little bit more, but Addie LaRue is still my ultimate favorite of the books, and I haven't read everything. I've only read the 3 Shades of Magic books, this book, and Addie LaRue. So it's kind of Addie, Bury Our Bones, and then Shades of Magic for me, but they're all pretty close. But she is quickly becoming a favorite author for me, especially in the like fantasy, urban fantasy. I feel like this is urban fantasy in some ways, but it's also historical fiction, and she blends genres, which I love. So yeah, I'm becoming a huge V.E. Schwab fangirl. I can't help it. Then after that, switched tracks completely again and went back to romance and read Lights Out by Avon Ellis. Avon is a indie romance author. She's one of the indie romance authors that kind of got me into thinking about indie publishing and self-publishing my romance novels. I got into her based on her royal romance series that she does. She's got a series titled Modern Royals. Loved that. I also love her British Isles Billionaires series and her Modern Aristocrats series, and they're all like loosely connected, and characters and things will pop up in each series. But then she's a lot of sports series, and she's done baseball and hockey, but Lights Out is her first foray into F1. And I don't follow F1, like the races. I just don't have the time, and I don't have access on any of the things that I subscribe to be able to watch. It's always on some channel or network that I don't have. But I love Drive to Survive on Netflix. So the whole time I was watching, like, all this, every time a new season of Drive to Survive would come up, I would think, oh, I really wish Avon would do an F1 book. So yeah, I was very excited when it finally came out, and it did not disappoint. So her romances are just, they're very swoony. I feel like that's the word that I come to. They're just very romantic, and they're easy, fun. I can rip through one in a day, and I just get so lost in the worlds that she creates. And I love that there's always like little connections between one series and another series and things like that. So she builds out these fictional sports worlds really well, and even if you don't follow the sport, you still follow everything that's happening. So yeah, I really like that. So yeah, really enjoyed that book. I always read her books too fast, and then I'm like, oh, now I don't have another Avon Ellis book to read. So I am doing what I normally do, and I've gone back to an old favorite. It is September 27th, as I am filming this, but you're going to be watching it in October. So it's basically October, which means it's Discovery of Witches season. I reread these books every 2 or 3 years. I think I've read my paperback copy at least 3 times, probably 4. So this is either the 4th or the 5th time I'm reading the physical copy, and I've listened to the whole series, except for the most recent book, on audiobook once. Highly rate the audiobooks. The audiobooks are very well done, but I also really love physically reading them. I am using one of my Oxford bookmarks because book 1 is set in Oxford. And yeah, I'm just channeling all the dark academia, witchy, vampire-y vibes and escaping back into the world of All Souls and wishing I was in Oxford. And yeah, I'm not that far. I'm going to sit down and do some more reading because I want to get a little bit farther today, but I'm doing a kind of read along of this book with in a group on Accepted Society that my friend Kaylin has started up. So if you are also a member of Accepted Society, and if you are also in the Discovery of Witches read along chat, let me know. Feel free to DM me on Accepted to let me know where you're at and stuff if you're further ahead. I think I'm gonna get ahead of where we're at right now. I think Kaylin has just put up a thread for chapters 1 through 5, and I'm partway through chapter 10, so I want to try to get to maybe chapter 15 today. So I'm going to put my reading glasses back on after I get some popcorn, because reading demands popcorn. Reading in the afternoon demands popcorn. Reading in the morning demands pastries and coffee. Reading in the afternoon demands water and popcorn. I would say I don't make the rules, but I do make the rules, so I'm going to follow my rules and go make some popcorn. Get something for dinner and switch to watching TV and just laying down on the couch, fully relaxing. Evening relaxing mode. It's been such a lovely day. It did get cloudy again. I don't think it rained again, but it has gotten a little bit cloudy, so it's feeling a little bit darker out there for 5 o'clock than it's been feeling, but I'm loving that. The sun's gonna come back tomorrow. Like, it's not gonna stay like this. 2 days in a row of being this cloudy has been very lucky. So I am definitely enjoying it while it lasts. I've had a lovely afternoon reading. I did make it to chapter 15. I'm reading it pretty slowly. I'm reading it slower than I thought I would. I thought it's a reread for the millionth time. I can skim over some sections, but I'm just being really drawn into it. I love this book so much. A Discovery of Witches, the whole All Souls series, has truly become one of my favorite books and series of all time. It never fades, it never gets old, it never gets boring. I find new things and pick up new things every time I read it. And yeah, I'm loving it. So I'm not reading it as quickly as I thought I would. I thought that I would be almost done with it by now, and I'm taking my time and I'm really enjoying it. I'm definitely going to read the rest of the series. I don't know if the group on Accepted is rereading all of the books in the series. I haven't clarified that with Kaylin, so it might just be book 1 that everyone's reading. like as a group, but I'm definitely rereading all of them. It'll be a fun way to spend October. I do have some other books I want to read in October though, so I might have to make myself start reading All Souls just a little bit faster so that I have time to read everything, because I really only have about 6 weeks left of reading fantasy, and then usually by mid-November I'm going full force on Christmas rom-coms. So anyway, I know this vlog has gotten long enough. I've already imported the footage. I don't know what it's gonna end, what it will have ended up being by the time you're watching this, but right now, from the start of the vlog to the end of the last chat in the car at the very end is 28 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut that down. So yeah, it was too nice and I wanted to share everything. Let me know if you're excited for the return of the hiking footage, because I'm really excited to start sharing it again. So yeah, let me know if you're excited about hiking, because I am. It's making me so happy. So it's just been such a good day and I'm just so glad I could share it with you. And I mean, I didn't really do much. It maybe was a boring vlog from that perspective, but I've been in a good mood today and I'm really glad I could just hang out with you all. Definitely felt very much like a FaceTiming with a friend, catching up with a friend kind of a vlog. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. If you liked this vlog and you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe, because this is what we do here. On your way down to the comment section in the description box are links to all my things, newsletter, Patreon, all my books, things like that. If you want to check those out, please and thank you. Then below the description box is the comment section. In the comments, leave me some hiking related emojis, hiking and mountain related emojis, to let me know which one of you lovely people have made it all the way to the end of this vlog. Let me know if you're excited for the return of hiking footage to the vlogs. I'm really excited. And our question, is the weather turning where you live? Like, is it now starting to feel like fall? Are you finally starting to notice a change, or has it already happened months ago, or is it still not yet to happen? Or are you in the southern hemisphere and it's turning to spring? I think that's correct. So yeah, let me know what the weather is doing, because we all know the weather is my favorite thing to talk about on this channel after books and writing. So give me your weather and your seasonal updates. I would love to hear them. And I'm gonna go relax now, and I will talk to you all very soon in the next vlog. Thank you very much for watching this one. Bye!